Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hope Allah increase us in knowledge. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope you all will be enjoying good health. Okay, grade 5, our lecture number 4 is about your unit number 3, lesson number 3, the show. Today we are going to read the part 1, okay? Part 1, I'm going to read for you. What you have to do that open your books and just read it after me. Okay? मैं इसमें थोड़ा सा pause दूंगी. आपने इसको मेरे साथ साथ पढ़ना है और अपनी बुक्स पे फिर आपने देखना है कि पेज नंबर 18 पे सॉरी 19 पे इसका पार्ट नंबर 2 भी है जो कि आपने उसके बाद खुद से रीड करना है. ओके? सो लेट्स रीड पार्ट नंबर 1. आहिस्ता से मैं पढ़ूंगी, आपने इसको मेरे साथ साथ पढ़ना है. ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट. William and his best friend Henry, who was 12, were members of the Society of Outlaws, a schoolboy gang. The outlaws used to meet in the old barn on half holidays or Sunday afternoons and make plans. Let's buy some bows and arrows, suggested William. Then we can go out and shoot things like birds and chickens, just like real outlaws. Where are we going to get these bows and arrows? Asked Henry. We haven't got enough money to buy them. They're too expensive for us. Then we need to collect some more money, said William, who usually had bright ideas. Wait, I know. We could do a show, get some animals, and charge our friends money for looking at them, like at the zoo. The others nodded. Well, then he continued, we'll have a show and get enough money to buy bows and arrows. We'll arrange the show for next Sunday afternoon. William returned home for tea with his parents and Aunt Emily. Aunt Emily was a tall lady who had been recovering from a slight cold for about 2 years. She spent her days eating and sleeping. She had not yet mentioned a date for her leaving, which made William's father anxious. It will be a long, long time before I'm better, said Aunt Emily as she took a seventh piece of bread and butter. And another piece of cake, please, William. Then I'll go upstairs and have a rest. Every Sunday afternoon, William's mother visited a friend and his father took a long afternoon nap. When Sunday came, William quietly asked his mother whether he could have a few friends in his room for the afternoon. She agreed. The outlaws had prepared all the exhibits for the show, and by 2:30 all was ready. For each exhibit, William had written a card with all the facts upon it. There was a large white rat painted in blue and pink stripes. There was a cat shut into a cat basket, which it was scratching angrily with its claws. There was a tall giant, one outlaw on the back of another, their large combined body wrapped in a large sheet. There was a black fox fur which had belonged to William's grandmother. It was laid on the floor as though it was asleep. There was Henry's small pet dog. Henry had painted it blue. William was the showman. He had dressed in a red dressing gown of his father, and had made himself a small red moustache from the edge of an old rug. The children climbed onto the garden wall, crawled along it, climbed through the window of William's bedroom, and paid their entrance fee. When they were all seated, William proudly presented the exhibits one by one. This is the only blue and pink rat in the whole wide world. It lives in China and was brought over specially for the show. And this is a wild cat, holding up the basket with the cat in it, which was hissing and spitting. Look at this wild cat, the fiercest cat in the whole country. After William had introduced all the exhibits, a large, deep roar started coming from the next room. It sounded like a mighty wind with some low, deep thunder. Aunt Emily was having her afternoon sleep and was snoring. As the audience seemed very interested in Aunt Emily's snoring, William had another bright idea. If they are listening, they should be paying. But why just listen? Maybe they could pay extra in order to visit the snorer next door. William went quietly into Aunt Emily's bedroom. On the bedside table, he saw her comb, a hairpiece that she usually tied into her own hair, and a glass containing her false teeth. William came back and quickly wrote notices for these objects. The Wild Woman's Hairpiece and the Wild Woman's Teeth. He wrote another notice for Aunt Emily too. The Snorer immediately became the most popular exhibit of the afternoon. Children came out of the room and rejoined the back of the queue, paying extra money to revisit the Snorer. Suddenly, in the middle of all this, Aunt Emily awoke with a start. Okay, students, we have read part number 1. इसका part number 2 जोन सा है वो आपने खुद से read out करना है. Okay, now let's go to the dictation words. The first word is anxious, crawled, barn, belong, wrapped, upstairs, expensive, slight, bows, hissing, arrows, mustache, entrance, scratch, and spilling. Okay, write these words on your copies and you have to learn them as well. ठीक है? अच्छा जी. Now here is a list of vocabulary, parts of speech and meanings. ठीक है? The first word is exhibition. This is noun. It means something shown to the public. Next is imprison. Imprison is a verb. It means to put somebody in prison. किसी को जेल में डालना. ठीक है? Our next word is recover. Recover is also a verb, which means to get better after an illness. Departure. This is noun, leaving a place at the start of journey. The last word is shiver. Shiver is a verb. It means to shake slightly. यानी हल्का हल्का हिलना जिसको हम कांपना भी कहते हैं. ठीक है? Yes, here comes one word substitution. To take somebody or something in your hands suddenly and using force. Yes, what will be the one word for this? The word is seize, S-E-I-Z-E, seize. The next one, a group of people that gather to watch or listen to something. They are called audience. To say that you will not do something that somebody has asked you to do. Refuse. Someone who has done something wrong. Outlaw. Okay. Yes, here comes a comprehension. Here are some short questions, okay, and their answers. Yes, question number 1 is, how did the outlaws enter William's bedroom? The outlaws entered William's bedroom by climbing through the window. Question number 2 is, what made Aunt Emily the most popular exhibit? Aunt Emily became the most popular exhibit because of her snoring. Question number 3, why did William's father give him £1 coin at the end? His father gave him £1 as a reward because he made Aunt Emily to leave the house. Last question, how much money was collected after the show? £4 and 50 pence were collected. Here comes our long questions. Why did Williams and his friends want to collect money? William and his friends wanted to collect money to buy bows and arrows. Why did William and his friends want to buy bows and arrows? This is the next question. The answer is William and his friends wanted to buy bows and arrows to shoot things like birds and chickens, just like real outlaws. The third question is, who was Aunt Emily? What made her the most popular exhibit of the show? Aunt Emily was an unwanted guest at William's home. Her loud snoring made her the popular guest of the show. Okay, students, here are some words which are taken from your text and their parts of speech and their synonyms and antonyms. You know what are the synonyms? The words having same meaning, and antonym meaning the words having opposite or different meaning. Okay, so the first word is seize. Parts of speech is verb and its synonym is grasp. पकड़ना किसी चीज को, antonym is the release. Next word is furious. Adjective, its synonym is angry and antonym is pleased. Next word is ignore. Its parts of speech is verb and the synonym is avoid. Antonym is notice. Next word is mighty. Mighty is an adjective. Its meaning or synonym is strong and its opposite or antonym is weak. The last word is anxious. Anxious is also an adjective. Its meaning or synonym is worried and antonym is calm. Okay, students, I hope you all have listened the lesson carefully. Now what you have to do, do the reading and in your text copies, write down the dictation words, uh, spellings and vocabulary words, then write down one word substitution and comprehension questions. Then submit your text copies in school on 16th August 2020. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.